Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to make a Prezi. It's a pretty cool presentation tool that you can use. You have to go to prezi.com. All right, look at the address bar. You have to go there. You have to sign up for a free account. I recommend that you use your student Gmail and password, keeping everything the same. It just makes it a lot easier, I promise. Okay, so once you get to the website, there's lots of stuff for you to look at and learn. Um, but most people just want to start with a brand new Prezi. Let me just go do it. Okay. I am going to tell you though that in this category, learn and support, see up at the top, learn and support. If you get stuck, they have little like 1 or 2 minute videos about how to do something. So go check it out and explore. You can look at other people's prezis and see what they've done. Okay, but I know you want to just quick go make your own right now. So you start off with new Prezi, click on that, and the next window that's going to open up is a template window. You can choose backgrounds and stuff like that, whatever kind of makes you happy. All right, I'm going to choose one. I have a specific one in mind. Here's one that looks like a stage. That's interesting, could be interesting for some people. I want this one called Infinity, and I'm going to go down here. I'm going to click on it and then click on Use Template, and it's going to open up. This is my presentation. It automatically saves it to the Prezi website. You do not have to save it anywhere on a flash drive or on your computer or anything like that. Anytime you want to work on it, you can just log in to Prezi and start working on it. Okay. You can also share it with other people. Okay. And like if you had a partner, and you can both be working on it at the same time, just like in Google Docs or Google Drive. Okay. You can insert pictures, YouTube videos, words. You can add voiceovers. You can add your voice to a certain part of it. Whatever you'd like to do, there's lots of stuff you can do with Prezi. So it's not a presentation that sucks. Okay, we want it to be a good presentation. And you can customize it. So I'm going to show you just a couple of slides, how to make a couple of slides very quickly. Okay, if I were going to make my project, my Genius Hour project, let's say it's to make chocolate chip cookies. Okay. I imagine that I would probably also learn to make a couple of other recipes too, not just one. 9 weeks to learn one recipe is probably not going to be okay. But I'm just going to show you an example of one. Okay. Chocolate chip cookies. All right. And you can just type right on it, and there you go. I don't really like the way that looks because I don't like that it's in 2 lines. I like it to be in 1 line. So I can, there you go, I can click and drag and change it around. I can put it kind of wherever I want. I think I'll put it right there. All right, that's the title slide. That's what people are going to see. Okay, and then you can come over here to the left. All right, and it'll take you to the very first slide, basically. Now, whenever you have, let's say in this case, a recipe, the first thing you have to do is you have to tell us the ingredients, right? Ooh. All right. And I do happen to have them written down because I knew I was going to make this, but it's also a good idea for you to have all the ingredients or all of the steps of your project written out. And I copied. All right. I'm going to click and add, copy and paste. And remember in our Chromebooks, that's Control V, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Okay. And we're going to make this bigger. Okay. I don't like that it doesn't fit in the circle. I don't like that. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And all you do is click and drag. It's really super easy. And if I want to somehow work on these those words, I can click on it. I can edit text. All right, I can change the font color, the font size. I can do all kinds of stuff with it. Just remember that if I were to pick yellow, it would be really hard to read. So please consider your audience when you make your presentation, not just the stuff that you like. Oh, I like green. I'm going to make green words. No, consider your audience, and that it might be really hard for us to read some of those things. Okay, so please take that into consideration. And then I'm going to move it, and there you go. Ingredients. Great. That's super good. And so I'd like to show you that I did this recipe. And so I'm going to title this Getting Started. Okay. And I want to show you, how am I going to show you that I actually did this? Well, I'm going to need to insert a photo. All right. And what I did was I saved my photos. Okay. In my Google Drive, actually. So I'm wanting to import a picture. Okay. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Prezi doesn't really talk to Google Drive. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to have your pictures like on a flash drive or have access to them on the internet somewhere, okay, or on a flash drive. All right, and that way you have a file of them, or you do it at home. Okay, you can store your photos in Google Drive like I did. All right, you can totally do that. There's all my pictures in Google Drive. Okay, and so that's where they are. And if I were, that's where I'm going to pull them from. But on your Chromebooks, you are not allowed to go from Prezi to Google. Okay, they're not talking so much. Okay, so if you did it at home, it'd be fine. Okay, so I'm going to select this picture. All right, and it has all of the ingredients in it. Okay, and these words don't ever really go away. Like that box doesn't really go away. But if you don't have anything written in it, it won't show up. Okay, I promise. Okay, and so there's all the ingredients, and that's super. All right. Okay, and the next one is putting it together. You don't have to have a title for everyone, but it does make it seem a little bit more organized, like you know what it is that you're doing. Okay, and again, I'm going to insert an image, and I'm going to select files. Okay, and I've got an empty mixing bowl. Okay, all right, we're going to get started. So that's pretty much it. And as you go slide by slide by slide, okay, you go slide by slide, it's making this presentation, and this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so see the arrows down here at the bottom? Go through. There's the ingredients. You can talk us through it. There's the getting started with all of the fixins. There's my empty mixing bowl. Okay, and then we'd go on. It would just be on and on and on and on until the very end, when you would have, you know, a whole bunch of cookies at the very end. Okay, so that's how it looks, just so you know. Okay, and you don't have to save anything. You can say exit. Okay, see it's saving on its own, all by itself. You can exit, and then it'll be in your Prezi account. Okay, and here it is, chocolate chip cookies for me. All right, and it's a real presentation. Now, an interesting thing that you should know is that it is public. All right, and people can see them. All right, so now when I refresh this is my Prezi account. It shows up. So now when I'm at home, I can log in and just keep working on it. You don't have to take anything back and forth. It's all right there. Okay, so I know this was a little bit longer than most of my videos, but it does walk you through step by step. Don't forget, learn and support. These are the tips about, you know, how to make something happen in Prezi. It's pretty powerful. It's a good way to make an engaging presentation.